Alright, in this video we're going to be working on RP14. Let's start with the do now question. Last week Len spent $18 to bowl 4 games. This week he spent $27 to bowl 6 games. Len owns his bowling ball and shoes, so he only has to pay for each game that he bowls. If each of these bowling games cost the same amount of money, what is the constant proportionality between the money spent and the number of games played? Alright, now recall that if you had a table, to find the constant of proportionality, you would need to do y over x. If you had a graph, you could find the constant of proportionality by picking an easy point and finding, once again, y over x. Alright, now the difference is that a graph you can easily check if it is proportional just by seeing if it's linear and pass it through the origin. However, with a table, you need to check every value. And that's very similar to what we're going to do here. Alright, so let's first underline some key things. So we have Len spent $18 for 4 games. And then it says this week he spent $27 to bowl 6 games. Alright, so he's only paying for the games because he owns his bowling ball and shoes. And then the question says, well, if each of these bowling games cost the same amount of money, what is the constant of proportionality between the money spent and the number of games played? Well, if you remember, the constant of proportionality is known as K, which is also known as the unit rate, which is once again known as the constant of proportionality. And to find that, we have to do y over x. Alright, so using the 2 numbers that they gave us, or the 4 numbers really, the first ratio we could write is $18 for 4 games. Right? Now, the constant of proportionality is the same thing as the unit rate, so all I need to do here is find the unit rate. So divide the top and bottom by the denominator, and we get $4.50 for 1 game. Alright, now if I was to stop here and say that 450 or 4.5 is the constant proportionality or the unit rate, technically I did not show all my work. Just like in a table, I need to check it for every value. So with that being said, I'm going to take my $27 for 6 games. And I'm just going to make sure that my constant of proportionality, they match, the unit rate rather. So I have 27 over 6. I'm going to find the unit rate. And we get $4.50 for 1 game. Alright, so these 2 numbers match. And therefore we can say that our constant of proportionality is 450 or 4.5. Alright, so we have to sum this up with a sentence. So remember, RAP, wrap, restate the question, answer the question, and prove the question. Alright, I'm going to zoom in here just so I have a little bit more space. So we could say the constant of proportionality between the money spent and the number of games played is 4.5, And we found that by finding the unit rate for $18 for 6 games. Sorry, $18 for 4 games. And $27 for 6 games. Alright? So, I use vocabulary words, constant proportionality, have unit rate here. I did answer the question. I said the constant proportionality is 4.5, and I proved it by stating what we did. All right, and the work is here for extra proof. All right, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next couple of questions.